Friends, you can see we're at the Toyota booth. Took a while to set up here. There's our friend Troy. If you were with me on Facebook Live earlier, you met Troy. He was the gentleman that is, basically you are the one responsible for this.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I'm responsible for taking care of it, making sure nothing happens, and showing people like yourself what's
so it gets back in one piece.
Yes, sir.
So what we have here is the FT, which stands for Future Toyota, and it's the 4X.
Yes.
So something tells me that means it will have a 4-cylinder and be all-wheel drive. I like the creativity in the name here. So let's take a quick walk around here so you guys can see it. Now the scrum is, matter of fact, I'm going to stand down here and walk around one lap so you guys can see it really well. This is the Future Toyota FT4X concept. And if I'm reading the tea leaves correctly, that is a Renegade, Juke, Kia Soul competitor. Like, you look at it and it looks like a Kia Soul. If you don't see a Kia Soul in that, you are definitely blind. And notice, even in the Marcom that they put on the booth, it says Soul. See the detail there? Okay, so let's look at some details with Troy. What are some cool exterior details we can see here? Let's start with those door handles. That's pretty cool.
So the door's actually...
Oh, it's electronic?
Yes.
Okay, so that's pretty neat. And then show me that back here, this interesting door. This was actually really cool. If you guys take a look, the door, it looks like a regular lift gate, right?
It's a dual functioning door. It works as a lift gate. Also provides a little shade and shield.
It does. Granted, me, it actually, you guys can see that I'm.
Yeah, but if we lean back here like we're hanging out, it's a perfect.
Like we're buds
shade.
and we're tailgating. That's pretty cool. Okay, but then there's a trick here that you got to show us.
Right. So you notice there's some storage under here. Well, in order to access this.
Yeah, I see the storage.
Way,
yeah.
It's actually like a barn door type door. So we rotate this over, turn the handle this way, and it pops open like this.
That's awesome. So the handle is kind of like two-way.
Right. It's a dual-purpose handle, and it's intuitive too. So when it's vertical like this, you're going to open the door this way. When it's horizontal like this, you're going to lift the door this way.
Very smart touch. You're going to see in an episode coming up this weekend that I talk about design. And design, like this color paint or all-wheel drive or a 10-speed automatic transmission, that costs money. That kind of design thought doesn't cost anything, but notice how much it adds to the car. Anyway, back to what Troy was showing us. Now, I want to point out something here. Look at this. See how the glass wraps around here? It looks like this whole thing, this piece here, is floating within glass. And I said in the Facebook post that this probably would never make production, but notice it could, because there's structure here and the glass is just covering the structure. So you get the cool look, which could potentially make production, couldn't it?
That's correct.
Okay, now show us the hidden features, the two hidden features.
So there's a warm and a cool storage, and it's not just for food, but imagine if you're out skiing, you want to warm your gloves up. Yeah, you can use that for that as well.
Yeah.
And not cold too. You can keep things cool, or you can also put drinks in there.
Okay, so as someone who loves Vail Mountain, that see it as a religion, that would be awesome. And here I was only focusing on the refrigerator. Show us the cool tailgating feature.
So that has to be done with the hatch open.
Okay.
So we'll close these doors here. And we'll go into hatch mode. What this is it's not only a place to store things like wet clothes or like ski gear or what have you.
And notice the color, it repeats. It's actually not the same color, or it's just the finish is different.
It's just a different type of finish, correct.
But it is the same shade, it's the same paint. Well, that's interesting. Notice the difference here. You guys can see in the light.
The exterior has a lot more of depth to it.
So this has got flop, this doesn't.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is more like a plastic kind of product type texture.
There is some texture there, so stuff doesn't move around as much.
And then this also doubles as a slide out. Chair for to also sit on.
So you could theoretically tailgate on that. As now, one thing I do want to share, and I think Troy would back me up on this, as a concept car, this thing is held together by chewing gum and spit. This would be like a China doll.
It's quite that, but it is.
Yeah.
It is purely a
It's
visual
delicate,
model.
yeah,
it's a
exactly.
visual model. It's not an engineer model.
And now you guys saw on the Facebook, whoever watched the Facebook post, You guys saw Troy driving it.
Yes.
Does it run on an electric motor?
Yes, it's purely electric,
Yeah.
kind of like a golf cart. But,
Yeah.
and it's again so that we can move it point A, point B.
And that's just because it's a concept car.
So it's not intended to be an all-electric car by any means.
The point, though, is to be a production vehicle.
Yes, at some point. And
show
right
some
now it's
intent.
still an idea.
Yeah.
Yes, like you said, it's an intent.
Got it. Show us that trick with the light here.
Which one?
Check this out, guys.
Oh, actually, yes.
There's a light here.
Yeah, so there's actually another one. This one does not come out, I don't think. No, the one up there does come out, and it's actually like doubles as a flashlight. So
you
I have
see
to go
that
around
there?
The other way and I can get it out.
Oh, yeah, why don't we go around there? And we'll come back here. Keep this open because there's some other details.
I want to show you some other cool things in here. But that north face is also a sleeping bag. So you can take that out and unroll that in the back.
That's a very small sleeping bag.
Well, and then this out here, oops, hold on, I have to get into the car.
Okay.
But this is also, imagine like a safety light, this flashlight. You can take
Oh,
this with
cool.
you camping, put it in the back.
It's like those police lights that they
Exactly.
have. Can I
There's
hold
a
that?
lot of, yes, absolutely.
No, it's definitely a dummy thing, but it's cool. It's like, it looks like
Yeah,
something from Star
styling-wise.
Trek.
Right. And there's also a lot of modular things, again, like the water bottle here. This is also doubles like.
Now I noticed the
canteen.
water bottle, it looks like there's two in the back as well.
Right. So there's one for each person.
And is that supposed to be the door handle as well?
No, this is still. Oops, sorry. This is still the door handle, but
Yeah.
it is a natural place to grab, as well.
Okay. But so it wouldn't open the door.
No, it's not. It
Okay.
doesn't open the door.
And then what's going on here? These look almost like plugs. And it's actually the window switches.
Right.
That's wild. Look at how big they are. They look like something like a fuse almost, like an
Right.
old school fuse.
Kind of goes along with the interior. Everything's raw, kind of big, very overstated. Make sure that you see everything. Like this is one of the cool features too. The center console or the radio also doubles as like a mini boombox.
Okay, let's see that come out.
Move it. Take this with you to the beach or in the back or hang out, but it also
That's
lets
pretty
it
cool.
as your center
And
console.
notice, can I hold it? Look at how the design, again, everything is repeated. The design theme of the handle is repeated into the stereo. And if you want to bring that tailgate down, its design is repeated as well back here. See, that's good design. I'm going to give you that back. And then show us, actually, when you get that thing in here, I want to show them what it looks like inside the car. So that is the infotainment system that sits inside the car. And then the rest of the console is here, which has some storage, as you can see down there. You could secure things with these mesh net thing here. And then there's more storage down here. I don't know how much this could come to production, because notice there's nothing. This is like hollow. And there are, whether it's NCAP or US DOT, there's crash standards that I don't think that dashboard would make it to production. But they could probably make something that looks similar. You want to show us what's going on in that center stack there?
Yeah, so all these things are multifunctional uses. This is your typical HVAC vent that blows air onto you as well. But you can also turn these things, like for example, if you turned it down, you can dry your hands off, or if you're cold, and
that's
snow,
pretty cool.
You can also dry things off, like wet gloves. This is also an iPhone or a phone,
So you can put an Android or an iPhone in there, yeah.
So and then you can also use it, of course, as your personal device.
Okay.
But it's more incorporation of common devices into the vehicle.
Okay. Interesting use of the switchgear here. Again, you keep the theme going. Look at this.
Everything's big.
See the big knob here at the end of the flashlight? It's the same theme in the switchgear. That's wild. Even up here, too. Oh, the seatbelt's supposed to be fitted there. I see that. Okay. Do the rear doors open?
No, they don't, unfortunately.
But theoretically, it is a four-door.
In theory, it is a four-door.
So it's like this here.
And they would open to in a traditional fashion.
So I wonder where that strategy came from.
There you go.
There you go. Okay. Anything else you want to show us on the inside?
No, I think that's pretty much it. I mean, just like you said, there's a lot of little features and things that are very useful functions.
I love this, the way between the C and the D pillar, the way the light is vertical as opposed to horizontal. That's a really neat touch. Can you show us some more details back here? Because I noticed there's some tie downs.
Right, so tie downs and stuff on the sides for your cargo and things. It's very utilitarian truck. I mean, it allows you to go. I mean, it's really meant for outdoors. People.
It almost looks like you could do some camping back here, and you have a view of everything the way this window is down here. You can see the other side
there's
of
an
it.
option to have it opaque as well. So depending on if you do want to use it as a camper, you can hang out.
So you like a Mercedes where they do the roof in the SL.
Or you can opt to have it a solid panel in case you want privacy or you.
Oh, it's not
No, it's not
dual.
No, where it turns on and off.
Oh, so okay, so it's the poor man's version.
Basically-
And then what's this? Are these vents or is it tie downs?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
Okay. Where Russia says hello. I don't know what the guy is saying, but he says hello. And then you've got. I noticed here. Are these tie downs?
Yes,
this
is also tie downs to a
and this is for a rack.
Yes, and then there's also power points here so that you can charge accessories and things when you're out on the map.
Yeah. Someone asked if I'm going to be at the auto show for viewers. The plan is not to be at the auto show this weekend. But if you guys are interested in a meetup, I'm sure we could do something like a drinks or something like that in the city. If you guys are interested, hit me up via Twitter and we'll see if we can do something there. Let's come back over here. Anything about the wheels, Troy, you can share with us?
Well, like I said, I mean, if you looked at the interior, you noticed all the overstated hardware, the knobs and things like that. The wheel's very similar. It's got a lot of design, a lot of separate modular pieces. You can see the exposed screws. It's kind of, like you said, carries with the whole theme of the vehicle. Lots of very modular, very stated parts, very defined parts, both color, size, shape.
And that, I like that when you say overstated.
Right.
That's he's obviously been hanging out.
He's not trying to be subtle here.
Troy's
I don't think so.
been hanging out with designers because they love their words. And overstated is definitely a design
I
word.
went to school with these guys, so.
Did you at Art Center?
Yes.
Oh, did you transport design?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Look at you. What year?
I graduated in 92.
You're an old man.
Yes,
so
sir.
you know Derek Jenkins.
Yes, I do.
He graduated in 92.
Right.
Yeah, good friend of mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I chose to go into the manufacturing side. So my company builds concept cars for these guys. I didn't build this one.
Now,
the last
can
car
I
we
ask
built
you a question?
Yes.
I said, oh, you guys are like Gafolio, and you scoffed at me. Why did you scoff?
I worked for them then.
Oh, so you know George and the guys.
George Rubin, of course.
Yeah,
yes.
they're good friends of mine.
Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah, I used to work for them. I worked for them for 2 years. Out of school, I worked somewhere else, and I worked for them for 2 years, and then I started my business.
So explain to the guys, to the audience.
Oh, okay.
'Cause they think Toyota built this.
Right.
Toyota didn't build this.
No.
They designed it at Calty, which is their design studio.
Yes, that's correct.
And then who are you? What do you do?
Well, my company is 5-Axis, and I build concept cars for them. So the last well-known concept car we built for them was the FT1. We built both the red one and the gray one.
Nice.
Yes. And then before that, the FTHS was another one, and then we also did the Lexus LFLC.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you guys, you think I have a cool job? This guy builds concept cars for a living. In the comments below, tell me how much you hate this guy.
Right. Yeah, so I'm here today taking care of a vehicle that was built by somebody else.
Look at this. You put a GoPro in the mirror. So that's a GoPro session. And so the idea is it for like ruggedness and for your adventures or like Russian dash cams?
It's probably for both. But you know how people love seeing a GoPro on the outside of the car? Well, why not incorporate it into some design element in the car?
Dude, I could use that from my shooting, because you realize how many GoPros I got hanging off a car when I'm shooting it?
Right.
It's ridiculous.
But see, this is more incorporated into the design so that you don't have to, just stick them all over.
Yeah. Cool. So what you don't know is you worked for the Gafolios.
Yes,
I built a car with the Gafolios.
Oh, you did?
I built the HCD 13.
Yeah, I did when I was with the Gafolios, I did the HTD, what was it? Gosh, I can't remember.
Goes way back.
It was like
So Troy and we do the same thing. Although he gets paid to build concept cars.
Yeah, exactly.
You could say that I pay to build concept cars because I invest my time to build the damn cars, hoping you guys watch the damn episodes of us building the concept cars.
What was your association with HTD?
So here's what we did. And you guys should know this because you go back and watch the episode. So I'm a design freak. If I knew there was a thing called the Art Center, I would have been in school with you and graduated the same year.
All right.
Well, it turns out I didn't know that. But the people that I connect with the most on the show, I've always been designers. They've become good friends of mine. Like Derek, we hang out. Anyway, so I've always wanted to focus on design, and I had this great opportunity where I went to Hyundai. I'm like, hey, I want to go behind the scenes and actually build a concept car with you. And you're like,
oh, really?
Are you kidding me?
Really?
Originally, I got like, they're never going to let you in.
Exactly.
And then Phil Zach, do you remember Phil Zach? Well, he's back at GM. Anyway,
Okay.
Phil Zach, great designer. He was GM many years, got the top job at Hyundai North America.
Okay.
And he and I hit it off. One
right.
day he
He
says,
said, "Go ahead."
he calls me, come to lunch, I want to talk to you. And he's like, hey, I want you to do this concept car with me. I'm like, okay.
So you documented it?
Hell yeah.
basically?
We did an
Okay,
hour and a
awesome.
half documentary.
Nice. Yeah.
Everything from Phil saying, what are we going to bring to Detroit, all the way to me working on the clay, all the way to cutting carbon fiber at Gafolios.
Oh, really?
To
Interesting.
building the car, and then the reveal at Detroit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So this guy's got the coolest life, man. This guy's awesome. Okay, so let's do one more walk around here. Anything else you want to show me, Troy?
No, that's really it. I mean, you saw the big highlights of the car.
Okay. Oh, and this cool. Do you see this here? This is, it's like a hinge. The idea is the hinge actually goes into the tail light, and you'll see that when we put the tailgate down. But I love this detail of like an exposed hinge. I gather this isn't the most aerodynamic vehicle on the planet.
No.
Yeah. Now, one thing I do want to point out is look at the front. And notice there is a lot of FJ in the front.
Right.
I mean, a lot.
Truck DNA on there.
But specifically the FJ.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Oh my
right.
God, we're being photobombed. Who is that?
No, I'm not photobombing.
Who is this person?
I want this to rotate. This is Andre from the Fast Lane.
Why
car.
is there a Russian on my screen?
Because I'm at the show.
Okay, welcome. It's good to see you.
Thank you for having me. What do you
It's
think?
Andre.
What do you think about this concept? I'm kind of excited by it.
Okay, now I feel I'm a little bit intimidated right now.
Why?
Because I'm standing next to a truck expert. Do you realize that this guy is a best-selling truck book author?
Yes.
I'm standing
in
next to a best-selling.
automotive guides.
Don't qualify. Just go with best-selling. Just
That's-
go with best-selling.
Best selling.
Okay.
Thank you guys.
I'm trying to help you here. Okay, even though he's a Russian. Okay.
Yes.
So, can I give my uninitiated non-truck guy input here?
Sure.
Okay. I think that thing is totally cool.
Which one? This
thing, yeah.
FT4X?
FT4. I like the way it looks.
Dude,
Now you are a truck guy though, and you know your stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
here's my take on it. You know what? You
want
want
you
to hear my take?
yeah.
I love functionality.
Okay.
That's why I love pickup trucks.
Okay.
And this thing is all about functionality. Dual usage of things. You know,
Yeah.
your armrest is also your sleeping bag.
I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's really cool.
So that's why I like this.
Uh-huh.
But
I'm gonna have him look at the car while you're
yeah,
telling us.
why?
Do you want
why-
to point out some of your special features? Being a truck expert,
Look at the grill. You know, everybody said, "Is this an FJ successor?"
it looks just like an FJ in the front. That's to me is the DNA of an FJ in the front.
Yeah, and I think it's the spirit of it, because it's a crossover, right?
It is a
So it's
crossover,
not
yeah.
a body on frame.
It's not going to be a body on frame.
SUV. So, but I do like functionality, but I don't want to take over your show.
No, you are the
That's-
expert because I'm not a truck guy.
Okay.
Now, I want you to weigh in on something, and I already made a prediction. I think this is going to come to life. What we're looking at right here is going to come to life. But here's how it's going to come to life.
How?
Ready? They're going to take the platform from that, make
The
it all-wheel
CHR?
drive. Yep. And it's going to look like that. And that's one of the reasons why that is not all-wheel drive.
And that's one of the reasons why that's not here. Well, actually, it's right next to
It's
it.
right next to it.
Yes.
So I think the platform, which is the Toyota modular C-car platform,
Yep.
which means it has an independent wishbone in the back, which is a
Yeah.
lot of money for putting a car like this.
Yes.
And I think there's room to put an all-wheel drive system, which I don't know about you, but on your episode, did you get a lot of comments? Why the hell isn't that all-wheel drive?
Correct, because it's a crossover hatch.
And I think here's the answer.
Yes. Well, I really hope so, and I really hope that they keep some of the useful features. You know,
Do
like
you really think a sleeping bag will make it?
no, but all the cubby holes.
Oh, the
all
cubby holes are
all
awesome.
the bottles. The door handle is your bottle.
Yeah, I think that's awesome.
Your light is your flashlight.
The cubby hole. Now here's again. This is me thinking just as production as well as the way in which
Feasibility.
Yeah, feasibility. Thank you for giving me a word. I like it that the Russian has to give the English-speaking person the word. This is
Okay.
working out great for me.
Uh-huh.
I don't think it's feasible to make the dashboard like that. I think there's safety issues that would have a problem with that much, not enough structure in the dash between you, me, and the glass.
Boy, it looks cool though.
It looks great.
Yes.
It's like an old school It's like you remember
I don't even know how to
Saabs back
explain
in the
it.
day. They used to have like a tray underneath the dash,
Yeah.
or like a douche-chevet, or some people with the douche-chevet.
I'm not a Ducheve expert.
You're not?
No.
Okay. Actually, I want a fun fact of Andre. What car did you drive when you were growing up in Russia?
In Russia, well, I wasn't quite old enough to drive
Yeah.
on streets, but when we were in the country home, I had a Moskvich.
Of course you did.
Well, actually, I didn't have it.
Yeah.
My dad had it.
Yeah.
And also a Lada station wagon, 2104.
Oh, I know that one. Yes.
It's basically a Fiat,
Yep.
but it's a Russian car.
And
so.
it's a rear engine we're talking about. The Lada.
No. This Lada was a front engine. It's
Yeah.
basically like a little little hatchback, station wagon thing.
Okay. I was thinking a different car.
No.
Completely different car.
No. It wasn't. I think you're thinking about the Zaporozhets, which
No.
is like a Fiat
Wartburg.
500.
I was thinking about a Wartburg. Those are rear engines.
Okay.
Yeah.
But my dad taught me how to drive on dirt roads,
Oh, that's cool.
so I can appreciate an off-road concept like this because
so
I learned.
someone's saying Russian to you.
Yeah, Zaporozhets. Yeah, that's what they're talking
That's what
about.
they're talking about. You know, I know some Russian.
Oh, what is it?
Can we curse on this?
I don't know. This is your channel.
Suki blati.
Okay. Okay.
Is that something nice to say?
No, it's not nice.
It's not nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I won't say it again.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay.
It wasn't awful, but it's not very nice.
Okay. But you understood what I said.
I understood the first word for sure.
Actually,
Anyway.
some guy was like, okay, anyway. Anything else you want to share with me about this?
I just really hope this is my.
Let's walk around the car as you're talking.
I just hope that they build something like this.
Okay.
And something this useful and also off-road capable. I like how the wheels are pushed to the corners.
Oh, they're awesome. Yeah.
So departure approach angles are
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
And the rear hatch is awesome. Did you see the rear
Now,
hatch?
you brought up yes, I did. I showed it to them. And just hold on one second. I want to go back to this. Here's the detail of the hinge I was telling you guys about. See how it hides almost into the detail of the rear taillight? And then sandwiched between the glass and the taillight. That's pretty awesome. Anyway, huge point. And again, this is something you would know. You just brought up approach and departure angles.
Yes.
Is that realistic?
What the angles?
Like in Colorado, when you do your thing, when you go off-road, would that actually work?
Yeah, no, it helps you off-roading because, when you're climbing down a ledge
Yeah.
or negotiating a rock, you don't want to touch your bumpers. That's not what you want to do.
I get that point, but does it look like someone who knew four-wheel drive vehicles actually
they
designed
built it?
that? Yeah.
It looks like,
Okay.
to me.
Okay, let's continue
And
walking around.
you know what else is funny?
What's that?
This is just between you and I.
Between you and I.
The hooks are red.
I see that.
What other vehicle crossover has red hooks on it?
Let's see. It starts with a J.
Yes.
And,
Double E.
And then has a B in there somewhere.
Yeah, it's. I'm thinking about Trailhawk.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I wonder if that was an accident.
Yeah, something tells me it's a big old, it's a middle finger salute is what that is. I gotta tell you, that is such a cool profile. Now,
A lot
to
of
me,
people were telling me they hated the way
someone
it looked.
calls it a flap hog. That is a great comment. I see Kia Soul in that, and I also see Renegade. What do you see?
Yeah, I agree completely.
Yeah.
Actually, somebody did call it a Kia this morning when we first saw the car.
Oh, really?
And people also called it ugly, which I disagree with, actually.
Oh, I think it's so pretty.
Yeah.
And from here, from this profile angle, you can see the design detail of, look at the body curvature, not even curvature, it's a full-on crease,
Yes.
as if it's like the muscle is extending outside of a shirt.
That's why you're good at what you do, because that's a great description.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe have a future in this.
I gotta run, MotoMan.
Okay, so we're going to say goodbye.
Okay.
This is Andre from TFL Car, TFL Truck, and buy his book because
Yeah.
he is a best-selling author of trucks.
And thanks. And you can buy the book by going to trucknutsbook.com. It's a real thing. It's a guide to pickup trucks.
Buy his book.
Thank you.
He's the man. Okay.
All right, thanks.
Andre, always good seeing you.
All right, see ya.
Okay. Okay, guys. I am going to sign off here. Hey, Troy, come on up here and say goodbye to everybody. Troy's coming up.
All right.
Okay, this is Troy.
This is George.
Everybody thank Troy on MotoMan, by the way.
Your MotoMan?
Yes, sir.
Okay, MotoMan.
Yes. Everybody say thank you to Troy. He was the one that was kind enough to let us up here, number one. Notice he didn't let Andre up here. And then number two, don't say that.
Okay, no, he wasn't.
And then he was the kind enough to show us all the toys here. And I know we all hate him because he has the coolest job in the world.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, MotoMan.
Do you want to leave a question for the audience? I like to have my guests leave questions for the audience. What do you want to know about this car?
Well, I mean,
they could answer.
This car was really designed for the millennials, people who like to be active, and the people, the young kids today. I mean, as they asked earlier, would you guys like a car like this? Would you buy this car?
Okay, so I'm going to open it up more than millennials because I know he and not me, him. He's old.
Oh,
he's old.
Thank you.
I am not. Okay, so we're going to open it up. Do you want a car like this? If so, what are some of the features that you would want to see in production, both things that we didn't show you, but I would say almost more importantly, the cool stuff we did show you. Do you want a sleeping bag? Do you want a flashlight? What else? Water bottles.
Water bottles, a little removable radio, place to throw your dirty clothes, just stuff, just so you can go rough it, but still,
I love that idea, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what I can't believe I'm spacing it. The Honda.
See who's old, man.
Yeah. Well, I just don't like Honda, so.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
I can't believe.
What, the Element?
The Element, yes. The Honda Element. Yeah, that's what the Element was trying to do. Anyway, let us know what you like, what you don't like, and what would you want to see in production version of the future Toyota 4X. Let us know in the comments below or via our social media, MotoManTV all one word, MotoManTV all one word, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And how about a fun fact of Troy?
What's a fun fact of me?
What's your daily driver?
What's my daily? You guys will love this. I drive actually a Prius, but I have an FRS, I have a 370Z, and I'm working on, but the best thing is I have an old 71 240Z that I'm trying to bring back to life.
Oh, you're a proper Japanese car collector.
Yes, sir. Hi.
So I'll see you. Hi. So I'll see you at Japanese Collector Car Show.
Yes, sir.
I love that show.
That is my goal, to make my car appear there, because those are friends of ours that run that show, invite me every year. They've given up on me on that one.
That's a great show.
I'll be there.
I tried to be a card-carrying member. I tried to recently buy an RX-7 in 93.
Right.
94. 12,000 miles. I offered the guy all the money in the world. The guy told me to screw himself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, screw myself, not himself, yeah. Anyway, guys, I went way over here, and we did an hour of programming today. So I promised you an hour, I gave you an hour, and we've got 3 cars we did today, 3 cars we did today. Tomorrow, I don't know how many cars we're going to do, but I know that I'm going to get you the new Genesis, and I'm going to have the designer, Bradley Arnold, who you've met before. He's going to do a walk around with me of the Genesis concept car. So join me tomorrow, 1:30 p.m. East Coast, 10:30 a.m. Pacific, 7:30 p.m. Central European time, here on YouTube, not Facebook. Here on YouTube, not Facebook. Basically the same place you're watching here. Thank you for joining me, and until I see you tomorrow from the greatest city in the world, Bispeta.